Welcome, everybody, to That Tracks Podcast, the podcast where we track Basil, the tracking character from The Acolyte. Love that show. It's been my favorite show. Nick, who's your favorite character, and who do you think the big bad is?
I don't have any idea who the big bad is. I'm hoping that it ties in...
Spoiler alert.
Somehow to, like, Darth Sidious and Darth Tyrannus. Somehow, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I also would love a cameo from, like, Yoda.
Because he's old.
Yeah, he was around.
He's 500 years old, right?
Right. I think 900.
900.
Yeah.
But, like, when was he a Jedi? He was a Jedi here, right?
I would imagine he had been a Jedi his entire life.
He had to do it when he was a little baby, right?
Yeah.
They were always saying that Anakin was too old.
Right. Usually they're brought in as kids. I don't know who my favorite character would be. I liked, spoiler alert, I liked the Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah.
But he gone.
Only seen one other Wookiee Jedi.
Have you watched all 3 episodes? No.
Yeah. I've watched all of them, however many there were.
I think there's 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, the way that the last one ended was fantastic.
Yeah. So good.
It's very good.
Finally, they're using the Force the way that I've always thought people should use the Force, and that was to do stuff.
Yeah. As
opposed to just like, we're fighting with swords, and then like occasionally like,
yeah,
get out of here.
Yeah, like fly and stuff.
Yeah.
Fly, of course. I am a little like, how do I want to say this? Some of the acting moments, I'm like, meh, I don't love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice about it without being like overly critical, but a lot of people have been angry about this show.
Yeah.
A lot of like traditional Star Wars fans have been upset by it.
Because it's Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's always dividing regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And people always have strong opinions on Star Wars, which is understandable. People are very passionate about their Star Wars lore. I don't necessarily have strong opinions on the difference between the thread and the Force. I think it's the same thing, and it's okay if people call it different things.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand what they're saying when like Anakin should be the only one that has been born of the Force,
right?
In their minds, based on prophecy, so on and so forth. I also can. We had a conversation about this. I also can understand that like there can be other prophecies, and there could be other people that are born of the Force,
and there can be people. See, I can understand. Anakin was born purely of the Force,
right?
I think that May and Oshi had
influence,
another aspect,
right?
Whatever the witches use.
But we don't really know specifically how that all worked for Anakin either.
Right.
So
we just know that his mom's like, there was no father. I just watched that. Watched episode 1.
Yeah.
My favorite, like, editing, whatever you call it, like, decision that George Lucas made.
Yeah.
Was to make the boss of the Gungans just, like, occasionally just go...
That was a really good representation.
Yeah, and like, why? None of the other Gungans do that.
But he doesn't look like any of the other Gungans.
Yeah.
He's like a frog.
Right.
Yeah. I am glad that you watched it. Did you watch it because you just finished Clone Wars? Like you just wanted to keep going?
What, episode 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was stuff that happened in Clone Wars. Like, Clone Wars overlaps 2 and 3.
Right.
And so I'm like trying to figure out
where things fit.
Where Ahsoka was the whole time.
Yeah. And you need to go back and watch. There's I don't remember what it's called. Something Origins maybe, but
Jedi Origins.
Yeah, it tells you the story of Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I want to watch the Bad Batch too because I like those guys.
Yeah. I loved Clone Wars. I've watched some of the Bad Batch. I love Rebels.
So yeah, Rebels was really good.
Yeah. But
like Clone Wars didn't get good until halfway through the last season.
There's a lot of filler episodes in Clone Wars too. They're just unnecessary.
As soon as that announcer guy left at the beginning, I was like, finally, we have a show.
No, I'm glad that you're doing it. Luke just watched episode 1 with me for my birthday last month, and he loved episode 1. Like he's hooked on it now. We downloaded the pod racing game onto the Switch. You should do that. Jackson would love it.
A pod racing game?
Yeah, it's so much fun. It was my childhood. I used to play that. I spent countless of hours playing the pod racing game.
Was it from like what did you have? A Wii?
PlayStation.
Oh,
PS2.
And you could download it on the Switch?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was surprised.
weird. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think I would be able to find it. Maybe we played in. Maybe it wasn't. You know what? I think it was N64.
Okay.
That's what we played it on.
N64.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Great system.
Switch. No, I loved that. That was our Christmas present when I was a kid.
Mine was a regular Nintendo because I'm old.
The decade between us. Well, you're back. We're back.
Oh yeah, I'm back, baby.
You had a good cruise. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah, good cruise.
Yeah.
Really good cruise.
Thank you. I wanted to say thank you to Francie and thank you to Hunter for hopping on some episodes with me while you were gone. I appreciate them so much. They stepped it up and helped me not have to talk by myself for a while, which is always
You did
nice.
great.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had fun. Francine had a good time recording. Hopefully people appreciated kind of hearing more of our backstory. And then Hunter was great hopping on. We had a lot of news to cover last week, which we did. We talked a lot about it. It was a long episode. And then we did some fun Father's Day stuff at the end. But I missed you.
I missed you too.
I was just saying, I haven't sat in this room in quite some time. It feels good to be back.
Does it smell different?
Nope.
Okay. Maybe, you know how like if you leave your house for a while and then you come back and you're like, oh, my house smells weird.
I think you like realize what your house actually smells like.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
for me it is.
This house is weird because every time I come back to it, it smells like the guy before us when he was trying to sell it. You know how they're like bake cookies to sell the house. He like didn't do that. He like bought every cookie plug-in, every cookie candle, and he like doused the house in cookie scent.
Still smells like cookies.
So every time I come home, I'm like, there's that cookie scent again.
I had a thought about cookies while you were gone. I stayed at the Hilton Orlando last weekend, which we were hosted there. It was fantastic. We had such a good stay there. But for lunch, one of the days, we've got ice cream sandwiches, and they were like massive cookies with ice cream in the middle. And I thought about you because I was like, this is a very cold cookie, and I think that Tim would very much appreciate this right now.
Don't like ice cream sandwiches.
What?
Because you know why?
Because they're so messy.
Yeah. They squeeze out. I like the idea, and I like the flavor. If there was a way to have an ice cream sandwich that didn't like ooze out, or hurt my teeth,
more thick in icing, or the ice cream would have to be more thick.
I guess so. I don't know if it's scientifically possible.
Did you like I know you didn't like the flavor of the mint chocolate sandwich, but maybe if it had not have been mint, you would have appreciated it.
No, I like mint.
Oh,
I like mint chocolate chip.
See, I don't.
Have you tried this thing?
Yeah.
It's bad. It tastes like medicine.
Honestly, I kept eating it, and while I was eating it, I was like, why am I eating this right now? I don't even think it tastes great.
After I was done with it, the flavor in my mouth was like, yes, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
But like while I was eating it, I was like hoping for a different flavor.
I just don't understand all of that.
Yeah, it was a mess.
The clothing line. So there was, for those of you who don't know, Disney's been releasing like throughout the year, every month, I believe, is a new like line of clothing that relates to Disney park snacks. And a lot of it has been like specific iconic park food. Like we've had like recently, we got like the pink donuts,
milkshakes,
I think
macarons,
pretzels, I think were one.
Pretzels.
But they released a Mickey, and it was supposed to be.
There was the pizza one too.
Yeah, that was around the
when we did the pizza challenge,
which was like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's wild to think about. But they released this like ice cream sandwich line. Well, or was supposed to be an ice cream sandwich. It looked like an ice cream.
It was like
sandwich.
all melty, like ice cream melts.
And the chocolate would look like the Mickey that goes onto the ice cream sandwiches. But you could tell that in the middle of it was like a light green, and it looked like mint chocolate.
It was like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
And we were like, we don't have that. Like, where did this come from? So they released this item of food. It's not an ice cream sandwich. It's full of icing instead of ice cream. And it's at the confectionery at Magic Kingdom on Main Street. And it's not great.
No, it tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
The aftertaste tastes like a York peppermint patty.
Yeah. See, I don't even like those.
But the initial taste tastes like medicine.
I'm just not a big mint chocolate kind of guy.
I love mint chocolate.
Really?
Yep.
I feel like I'm brushing my teeth.
There. You know what happened? Fun thing that happened. We just went to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Ate at Wine Bar George. Jackson. We were like, let's go get a little sweet treat. So we're like, what's something that's not huge?
Right.
Let's go to the ganachery, right? Little tiny squares of things. They're expensive, but delicious. And he's like, I was like, which one do you want? He's like, mint. And I was like, all right, cool. Got a mint. He ate it. He's like, this is good. And then afterwards, he's like, I don't like the aftertaste. And I was like, oh, that's wild because this is like the fanciest chocolate you can get.
He's like, this chocolate stinks.
Yeah, he's like, I would rather have, he was like, I wish I had gotten M&Ms or something. I was like, there you go.
That would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. But so he's not a mint chocolate chip kind of guy?
He loves mint chocolate chip.
Oh.
Ice cream.
Oh.
But like, and when he heard mint chocolate, he's like, yes, I want that. But he like didn't
not
like
the
it.
actual chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just never done it for me. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, depends on the day.
Oh.
I love cookie dough. I love mint chocolate chip. I love a good chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Like Breyer's chocolate chip.
I like cookies and cream, number one. What? Why? You don't like Oreos?
I don't like Oreos, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Never been a fan. Jen loves it.
Cookies and cream is up there for me. If there's like a toasted coconut with like coconut flakes in it, I'm about it.
That sounds interesting. Yeah. Marshmallow in there, maybe? I don't know why marshmallow came into my mind with that flavor combination. I was like, you should put some marshmallow in there.
I don't really combine marshmallow and coconut on a regular basis.
I don't know. I don't know why. I was like, I think that'd be okay.
I mean, sure.
Like toasted marshmallow with some toasted coconut.
I want to go to Cold Stone now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love, I like peanut butter and chocolate, anything.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, if you can combine those in an ice cream, I'm good. Or coffee.
Yeah. I also like a good butter pecan. It's very rare that I'll get it, but I like it.
It reminds me of my grandpa. He's a big butter pecan kind of guy.
Yeah, that's me. I'm your grandpa.
No, not quite. Well, I'm excited to be back. It was a fun couple of weeks, but you were definitely missed. You had a lot going on. You had a lot going on leading up to the cruise, and then you were on the cruise for a week. We'll talk. I don't think we should get into that conversation yet, though, because I feel like that's also going to tie into our news segment, because you're going to talk about the island.
We could talk about the island.
Yeah. But we do have a lot to talk about today. We're going to get into conversation from Universal Orlando. We got big announcements today regarding Dark Universe, which I feel like you're probably particularly excited about.
Very excited. Like they said in the advertisement or the preview video, we've been waiting 100 years for this. 100 years.
That tracks. So we'll get into that, and then but a lot of the news, there's been so much happening at the parks the last couple of weeks, and we got into a lot of that last week. But I did want to bring it up a little bit with you. But first, let's do High Dad Soup.
Oh, okay. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. It was just a quick little moment. I've already said it to you since I've been at the house, but it was a fun little moment where we were leaving. So I'm staying with the family this week at Coronado Springs. Francie has a big conference happening there right now. And so I was getting ready to leave the boys and head over here to record. And Ethan asked me, where are you going? And I said, I'm going to go record the podcast. And he said, oh, that makes me sad. And it was so sweet. It was obviously I think what's so cool about that moment is that Ethan is conveying how he feels about something. And that's a big win. It's cool that he not only has the words to communicate that, but pauses to pay attention to how he is feeling, which is not something that Ethan always has done. And so it was just really special. It was a cute little moment, and he's fine. He's having the time of his life right now. But it's also been special. I'm getting so much time with the boys right now because it's summertime and I work from home. So we are around each other all day, every day. And it's just nice that I don't know. It's nice to feel like Ethan appreciates my presence.
Yeah, your being.
So that feels kind of nice. But it was a sweet little moment. And it's just, like I said, it goes back to how cool it is to see him communicate his emotions, because that's just every time that you kind of achieve one of those milestones in parenting, and specifically parenting a child who is on the spectrum, it's very cool. It's a big win.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I got 2 words for you.
Oh dear.
Brown roller coaster.
Yes.
Man.
I know that.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
We rode Tiana's. We rode Barnstormer.
He was just
We rode
fearless.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. He said, I want to go ride Big Thunder. I said, it's been down all day, so we can't ride it.
You got to capitalize on that, though.
Yeah. So next time we go to Magic Kingdom, I think we're riding Big Thunder.
I think, and you can speak to this more, obviously, but I think from what I'm hearing is I feel like every kid hits this moment where they're just oh yeah, actually I like this, and now I'm ready to do all of it.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like is happening with Jackson.
Yeah.
He, his courage, he was just no big deal. We were there. We got to see you guys. It just so happened that we walked into the park and booked a return time for Mine Train. And then I text you and said, what are you guys doing? And you're like, we just got in line for Mine Train. And I was like, what are the odds?
By the way, it was listed as a 40-minute wait, and it was only a 20, 30-minute wait.
The crowds at Magic Kingdom on Father's Day were like so non-existent. I feel like it was such a chill day. Maybe that's because I wonder, it'd be interesting to see the difference between Father's Day crowds at Magic Kingdom and Mother's Day crowds at Magic Kingdom.
Why is that?
I don't know. You feel like there's a stereotype that exists where moms go to Disney.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if there's a thing that happens on Mother's Day too, where everybody thinks moms want to go somewhere and everybody thinks dads want to stay
home and watch golf or something.
Watch football or golf or whatever.
It's not football. It's not happening.
Oh, I'll watch
I think golf. Golf is the thing that dads do on Father's Day.
Really?
Not us, obviously, but
dude,
my dad does.
Huh.
He watches golf every year. There's the U.S. Open or some sort of... We're not golfers. So.
No.
There's a big tournament that happens. It's either the U.S. Open or... It's not the Masters. I want to say it's the U.S. Open.
Okay.
Anyway, we're clueless there. But that's the thing, stereotypes.
I'm watch golf.
Yeah, there's just stereotypes.
Mow the lawn, grill some hamburgers.
I'm not mowing the lawn on Father's Day.
I don't know. That's the thing.
No, but we're theme park dads.
Maybe go to Home Depot later.
We go to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I did. Francie was like, what do you want to do today? Here's another thing. My main goal that day was to try to ride Tiana's with the fam. I feel like I'm the planner of magic when it comes to planning the trips to Walt Disney World. Francie looks to me and is like, what do we do today? And sometimes Francie's like, can we do nothing? Can we just see where the day takes us when we show up at the parks?
Yeah. And
those are some of my favorite days because there's no agenda. But on Father's Day, I really wanted to ride Tiana's. And I tried at 1 o'clock, literal seconds. Those drops have been happening. So we had park reservations, I think at Epcot that day. And at 1 o'clock, if you're an annual pass holder, this will be over by the time this drops. But you could try to join the virtual queue at 1 p.m. to try to ride Tiana's if you had park reservations to any theme park at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Those have been going so quickly. The 7 o'clock drops, not bad at all.
Because you have to have a Magic Kingdom,
right?
As opposed to any park. You can be. You don't even have to be at the park. You can be at home.
I still thought that the way, because Magic Kingdom park reservations for those days have been booked for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that those 7 a.m. drops would go so quickly, but they've been staying open for 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
But it seems I feel like I'm pretty good at getting virtual queues.
Yeah.
And I still got number 49.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been getting virtual queues for a long time. I'm pretty good at it too. The first day that I did Tiana's, I got a really high group, but the attraction went down that day.
Mm-hmm.
We had plans.
Wait, what? It went down?
Oh, shocking. It's sad, but it's been going down a lot.
Yeah.
It went down that day and it didn't open up until much later. So that by the time that our virtual queue got called, I was at Universal for a media event. I literally was sitting and watching the DreamWorks show, and it was like, please return to Tiana's Playground. And I was like, well, that's not happening. But yeah, it felt like kind of Mission Impossible to try to get the fam on it. And I was really disappointed on Sunday. Do you ever get I don't feel like you probably do this because you're pretty, I don't know, you're good at going with the flow, but then you have moments where you you get your mind onto something.
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't happen, it's just everything falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I was at on Sunday.
Oh, because you didn't get on Tiana's?
Well, and not even just me. I wanted the family to get to ride it because Francie and the boys had not been on it yet. And then I had a gut check moment where I was like, Nick, you are not adding any sort of magic to the family today. Your disappointment and the frustration that you're feeling by missing the virtual queue is actually bringing the rest of the fam down, and check yourself. Which was good. I needed that moment for sure, because it would have ruined the rest of the day had I not. And then I was like, well, what can we do today that we'll just have fun with? And I was like, they ultimately on Father's Day just wanted me to do what I wanted to do. They were like, it's your day. Let's do something fun that you want to do. So I was
Small World 57 times.
Absolutely not. No, I was like, okay, here's what I want. Spring rolls. Let's all share some spring rolls. I wanted a churro. And I said, I'd like to ride Space Mountain. And that was it. And it worked out. Like, we got to see you guys, hang out with
Yeah.
you guys for a bit. Got to ride some coasters with you guys, Barnstormer and Mine Train. Full circle moment. It was fun to think about because when we rode Mine Train with you guys, we ended up not getting to ride together because Jackson decided he didn't want to ride it.
The first time.
Yeah. But that was like almost 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys told us, I hope it's okay that I share this here, but that you guys told us at that trip that Jen was pregnant with Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
Jen was like, I'm not going to ride. And we were like, why? and she was like, well, this is what's going on.
Right.
But I just thought that was so cool too. I was like, what a full circle, like, moment. And it's just wild to think that was almost 2 years ago.
That was a while.
Anyways.
It was neat to like,
yeah,
finally get on it. And you guys were there.
Yeah. But you were proud dad.
Yeah.
It's cool to see Jackson's little passion for like these coasters start to develop.
We'll
Pretty
see.
soon he's going to be like ready to do some big things.
Let's go.
You think he's ready for space?
I don't know. He's tall enough. Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I told
Space
Jen
is-
I wanted to do it. She's like, absolutely not. I was like,
Space is intimidating because he's not next to someone.
yeah. He also doesn't want to ride Haunted Mansion yet.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Because of the dark.
Well, yeah, it's different. And space is dark. Has he maybe Guardians?
Is he tall enough?
Probably.
How tall is Guardians?
Ethan can ride Guardians. And I don't think he's probably about the same height as Ethan is.
What is...
I don't remember the height requirement for Guardians.
Guardians.
I want to say it's like 40. Maybe 40.
I think he's 42.
Might be 42. But that's exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
42. He might fit on there.
Ooh. That might be a good one.
We'll see.
I feel like, do you think Guardians is less intimidating than space?
I feel like Guardians is more intense than space.
Yeah. It's just that you're sitting next to someone.
I don't know. There's a lot of people in those like pre-shows.
Yeah, and the backwards motion is a different experience for sure.
I have to get him on to Everest first.
Ethan has ridden Everest, doesn't love Everest, but loves Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's maybe the Yeti in Everest.
Maybe.
I don't know what it is about Everest that Ethan's like, he'll ride it, but sometimes he doesn't want to. We rode together today, Dinosaur, because Luke is trying to ride Dinosaur as many times as he can.
Before it goes down.
Yeah, he's very sad about it. But we rode it together today, and Ethan, as soon as it ended, he goes, didn't like that. And I said, oh, you didn't? He goes, nope. And I said, you want to ride it again? And he goes, nope. And he's been on it. He knew what he was getting into, but he just immediately was like, did not like that. And Luke, meanwhile, was like, can we do it again? I'm like, oh, geez. He's legitimately going to probably be emotional the last day of Dinosaur.
No.
We're going to have to go and be like, ride it one last
Hasn't
time.
been announced yet, right?
No, I don't think it'll get announced until D23. But then once it does, it's going to be like, I think it's going to be fast.
Like the next day.
That would be so
People
sad
won't be
for all,
back
like,
from D23 yet. They'll be like, it's closing tomorrow. And everybody's like,
sorry about it.
what? Okay.
Oh man, that would tick some people off. I bet people would leave.
Leave California?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the last day? Legends panel? Yeah, they're skipping that to go ride.
They don't want to see Miley Cyrus. They're like, I'd rather see Dr. Seeker.
Yeah, I bet there would be people that would. Francie and the boys won't be out there, so I could be like, they're not going to do that, but I could be like, yo, take the boys, go ride. But no, I would imagine that we'll have some time, but I don't think it'll be a lot of time. I'd say by like the end of summer.
Okay, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, like when school starts back up again.
Yeah,
Maybe
they'll
like,
shut it down. Yeah, I told Luke we'll go have like a Dino Land day where we do like all the games and then ride Triceratops Spin and Dinosaur one last time.
yeah. Eat
wild.
some hamburgers.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus burgers.
Yeah. Restaurantosaurus.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that D23 is so close.
Yeah.
Like less than like a month and a half and we're there.
I got so much stuff before D23 that I'm like,
Me too. It doesn't feel like it's
I can't think about D23 right now.
Seriously, within the next couple of weeks, like we're at Coronado Springs right now for this conference that Francie's at. And then next week I have a work event with Undercover Tourist at Universal. And then I have, actually by the time this episode drops, I'll be there for that. And then as soon as that work event ends, Francie and I go on our cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A cruise.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Be good.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I just am looking forward to like, I feel like cruising is the ultimate form of a vacation, in my personal opinion. Like, it's the way that you can clear your head most, because you have no cell phone service, maybe Wi-Fi if you choose to have it on your phone. And then you don't have to worry about anything. You're not booking return times for anything.
Right.
You're not having to get dining reservations. Like, everything is taken care of for you. If you want to add things, sure. But you don't have to. You just show up.
Yeah.
And vacation.
You go learn how to draw Dumbo.
Is that what you did?
No, it was on a different cruise.
No.
We did a lot of trivia on this cruise.
Yeah.
Tried to do some
You had
Disney Tunes trivia.
You had a friend, a mutual friend that was there with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like, because I was watching the first vlog, and I feel like there was a nighttime energy about you that existed, and I was like, oh, I know who this version of Tim is.
Who's that?
Just this like fun seeking, like ready to have fun. And I think a lot of that was like you were making sure also that our friend had like a really good first cruise experience.
And he did.
Yeah. But I think that part of that was coming from you.
Okay. Well,
Good
that's
job.
good. That makes me feel nice.
Yeah, you were a good friend. Yeah. I watched the vlog and I was like, oh, that's like Party Tim.
Oh, Party Tim. I'll show you a video of our friend.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Party time.
No, but it was exciting to see. I'm glad that you guys went and did like a bunch of like the like trivia and stuff like that, because I think that those are the fun little experiences on a cruise that like add to the experience and make it that much more meaningful.
Yeah. I saw somebody walking around the last day with like 55 medals from winning. That's what I thought. People tell me that I cheated on one. So I did a Halloween cruise and then I did a Christmas cruise that were like a week apart.
Uh-huh.
And they were both on the Wish. And so I went to Disney Tunes trivia on the first one. And then
was it the same question?
It was the same questions.
Yeah, that's cheating.
That's not cheating. I learned the knowledge. I absorbed it.
You didn't go to class.
I went to how would you have learned it?
You just know it when you go into trivia. That's the point of trivia.
I knew it.
You don't get to
because
look at
I had
the list of
heard
questions
of it
beforehand.
There was one different one.
You took like an open book trivia.
It was like, who wrote the song from Oliver and Company?
I would have never known that.
Billy Joel, I think.
Oh.
Possibly. I don't remember. But I think so.
Did you win?
Yeah. I've won one trivia by cheating, quote unquote, cheating. I learned the knowledge and I what is it called?
Implemented it.
Implemented it.
Yeah. You cheated.
It's not cheating.
One of my favorite things to do on a cruise ship is at night go sit on the top deck and watch a movie.
Oh.
And just
this is what I did. So one time we went on a cruise and we bought waters. And people are like, why'd you buy waters? Is water not available on the cruise? It is available. This was just like easier to have for the kids and stuff. We just like bought bottled waters, put them in the refrigerator.
We've done that before.
But this time we didn't do that. We did a little bit. And like we did it when we were on the islands and then we'd bring the waters back to the ship and put them in the refrigerator. Bad idea, by the way. It's more expensive that way.
Oh.
You buy them on the ship. It's cheaper. They're still expensive, but it's cheaper on the ship.
I think we packed our water with us last time.
We drink a lot of water. So like you can only pack so much water. We packed 2 gallons one time, burned through it.
Oh, wow.
Super fast.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things to do was right before you go to bed, before you like take a shower and everything, you're still dressed from the day.
Yeah.
You drop off all your stuff in the room and then you go grab your water bottles and you go up to deck 11 and you just like, what are we watching? What's happening? What weird movie is playing at 11 o'clock at night on deck 11?
I love it, especially if it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, if that's playing, I'm sitting and I'm watching it.
Muppets Treasure Island? I watched Muppets.
You could watch that by yourself.
Yeah. I sent you a picture of me watching Muppets.
I don't think I got that.
You did. You said, it was a picture of,
oh, yeah.
What's his name? The guy that's like
This was while you were on the ship.
Yeah, the main character.
I don't know.
Walter. No, Walter.
No, the Lost Bros were on the same ship as you,
yeah.
Cody and Lex, the same cruise. And they were posting one night that the Muppets Treasure Island was playing on the top of the ship.
That's Pirate Night after Nassau.
Yeah,
if you guys are interested and you're going on a cruise and you want to watch Muppets Treasure Island, Pirate Night after Nassau.
They play that, though, they play Pirates of the Caribbean that night as well.
I used to dress up for Pirate Night, but the shirt that I got was from Amazon, and it ended up being too small for me. Yeah. And then like I washed it and it got even more smaller, and I would still wear it and it would like roll up and my belly'd be out, which worked because I was dressed as Smee.
Oh yeah.
And like, but I was uncomfortable with my belly out.
I dressed up like Pirate Night on Pirate Night on the last cruise that we went on. I was Smee.
Yeah. Most dads are.
Yeah, why?
Because it's easy.
And the kids want to be Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Francie, I think it was just me and Luke. No, Ethan was Peter Pan.
Okay.
Which felt sort of like he was against everybody on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys call Hook a codfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to do.
But Luke was also Hook, so Luke is a codfish.
Luke is a codfish. So you want to talk about the cruise now?
Sure, yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it. It was amazing. So much fun. One thing that I'm running into right now.
What did you do, news?
You're
welcome.
News. It's been a while since we've been in here.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm running into right now is I've been having good experiences where other people have been having bad experiences, and people have been like,
you know, though, I feel like that happens to you a lot because I think in general you're a very positive person. Like,
yeah,
you have a very positive outlook on things. It doesn't take much to like make you happy.
Right. But also, I think that the people that are negative don't look at the big picture.
Right.
People will see one thing. Here's the example. What happened?
I was just trying to figure out how to take a drink of my water and I couldn't do it. Keep going.
Sorry.
Such
an awkward movement. I was like, what is happening right now? So here's the example. Lighthouse Point. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, the world's longest name. It's brand new.
Right.
I've seen things that are brand new. When we went on the Wish, it was exactly the same.
Right.
Things are not done yet.
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah.
There's enough things done.
Right.
But then there was issues. There were flies. There were a lot of flies.
Right.
We went twice. There was less on the second day than there was on the first day. A lot of flies around the food.
I was going to say buy the food.
Buy the food only. Jen was out on the beach, and we brought her food because she was with Oliver. She didn't never see any flies.
Okay.
So, like, they're just centralized around the food, and from what we heard, it was more around one of the food stands than it was around the other food stand.
Like the barbecue.
Yeah, but they're both barbecues. It's just like Castaway, where it's like Cookies 1 and Cookies 2.
Got it.
This was True True Barbecue and True True Barbecue 2.
Okay.
So there was less at 2 than there was at 1.
Got it.
And like, I get it. Flies are not nice.
Sure, yeah.
They're disgusting.
Yeah, it would be gross to get your food surrounded by tons of flies.
Right.
But you're also on an island.
You're on an island. Apparently it was from Eleuthera, which we found out, I guess the locals call it Eleuthera. But Eleuthera used to export more pineapples than Hawaii.
Oh.
So it was a pineapple place.
Okay.
And so the pineapples falling off and rotting will attract flies.
Right.
Flies were there from the pineapples. So they made their way down because there's an abundance of food.
Sure. Yeah. And also, like, they just started, you guys were on the second cruise that visited this location.
Yeah.
So you're some of the first people to have experienced this kitchen in full operation.
First time with the food there.
Yeah. They don't know what it's going to be like until they start firing up the grill.
And so the flies showed up.
Yeah.
And like, Disney didn't know that was going to happen.
Right.
Nobody knew it was going to happen.
Right.
So like, I overlooked the flies. Like, yeah, that stinks. But like, the rest of the island, beautiful.
Right.
Amazing. The entertainment offerings, way above Castaway.
Everything that I've seen, like the dance parties that are happening with the characters, look like so much fun. You don't get that level of character interaction on Castaway. We went to Castaway too, and there was a dance party
with 2 characters. Mickey and Pluto were there. Super fun.
Is that new?
Because I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And like, these people came over and they're like, let's have a dance party. You never know who will show up. And like, there were a bunch of vloggers and like people on there, and we all like, converged on this area because we like heard this announcement, and we're like, what's happening?
What is this?
Just like 3 entertainment cast members.
This was on
dancing
Castaway.
Around. Yeah. And then like Mickey and Pluto showed up, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I've never seen that before.
No.
But on Lighthouse, like, there's this beach bass with Pluto, Goofy, Chip, Dale.
So cool.
And then the Junkanoo celebration with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy. Mickey and Minnie and all of the characters are always out meeting, like, throughout the day. You can just go and like, that happens on Castaway too. But if you take the tram on Castaway, you might miss them, and they're only out until like noon.
Is Lookout a lot smaller than Castaway?
No. I mean, yes, because Castaway has the runway
Right.
and everything. The runway is massive on Castaway, and that like little loop that goes out to the overlook on Castaway is big.
Right.
But like the actual like walk from one end to the other, I did them both. I walked from one end of the family beach, like from on Castaway, from the Cabanas entrance to the Stingray thing.
Yeah.
Or like where the Hobie Cat rentals are.
Yeah.
That felt like the same distance from the end of the family beach, like the play pavilion on Lighthouse, over to the end of Serenity Bay.
Huh.
So if you add in like walking down the runway and like going all the way down Serenity Bay, yeah, Castaway is bigger. It's its own island.
Right.
Like Lighthouse Point is not its own island.
Right.
It's on a bigger island called Eleuthera.
Right.
Fun fact, and this is right here, first time that I'm saying this on camera. This is what you can expect from Lighthouse Point. The unofficial slogan of Eleuthera is Eleuthera. It's not for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So like
There you go.
there you go.
Yeah.
It might not be your thing, and not every cruise goes to Lighthouse Point.
Right.
You have to specifically pick cruises to go to Lighthouse Point.
Sure. Just like you'd pick cruises to go anywhere.
Right.
Like you pick Alaskan cruises. You pick cruises to go to the Western Caribbean, to the Eastern Caribbean. Yeah, for sure. You may have different ports that are your favorites.
The water at Lighthouse Point, most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's what I keep hearing from people. But why? Why does that make a difference?
What do you mean?
Like, why is the water there so much different than the water at Castaway, I wonder?
Currents.
Yeah.
So, like, all of Castaway is surrounded by a barrier.
Right.
So, like, you'll never get waves in to, like, wash away the silt and, like, sediment that people kick up. Whereas on Lighthouse, there is a barrier reef, but, like, the water will come in from the side.
Okay.
So, like, if you get on the family beach, and this was something that people were complaining about on the adult side, so there's like 30, 50 feet separation between the adult beach and the family beach.
Right.
And like if you get in at the top end of the family beach, you could float over to the adult beach. Like that's not unheard of.
Cool. And you cannot do that in Castaway.
They're
so
totally
far
separate
away from each other. Yeah. There were pictures that you posted, and Cody and Lex posted pictures, it seemed like, from this location as well. And I want to know about it because I want to go there. There were like this, it was like massive, like rock, like, I don't want to say
that's the point.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That's not the point. It's not called that, but like that's the Lighthouse Point.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And is that easily accessible?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's down the nature trail.
Okay.
You take the nature trail over and like that's the end of the beach. And like if you go to Lighthouse Point, don't do this because I feel like it's unsafe. And then if somebody gets hurt, then it's going to stop everything for everybody. But like people were climbing up those rocks.
Oh, wow.
And like, don't do that.
Yeah, that seems like a
number one
risk.
There's not a hospital nearby.
Yeah.
Number two, there's not a lifeguard nearby. Number three, there's not a crew member nearby. You're just relying on the fact that there are other people there that, like, if you get hurt, they'll do something.
I feel like they'll probably have to put signs up.
There were signs. People were ignoring them.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good thing.
There was one guy that, like, we walked to the lighthouse, but the lighthouse is a bit underwhelming. It's not a traditional lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a shack with a light sticking up over the top of it. But there's a rope there with a sign that says, please stay on the path. And we walked up to it, and this guy came up next to us and was like, looked out there, and there was another person out there. And he's like, what are they doing? Are they climbing those rocks? And we're like, yeah, seems dangerous. And he goes, yeah. And he climbs over the rope and walks out there. And I'm just like,
straight up ignored it.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Those things are there for a reason. They're there to protect you and keep everybody safe.
Right.
But I'm excited. I can't wait to be there.
Yeah.
The food was, how do you compare the food to Castaway?
I don't know because of the flies. I stuck to burgers and hot dogs, which is what I did on Castaway anyways.
Right.
So like they tasted the same.
Those are just burgers and hot dogs. Yeah.
So, but if we go again and the fly situation is under control, I will try other stuff.
Yeah. I'd imagine that they can do certain things that would help with the fly situation. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an island and there's insects, period. Yeah. But I'd imagine they'll try to do some things to like help with that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to say those things too. I think people also get like really worked up if like anybody says anything like not necessarily negative, but like constructive.
Yeah.
Disney's not going to know what to fix or change unless they hear feedback to a certain extent.
Trust me, Disney knows about the flies.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had a lot to say too about the like walkway to get to. because it looks so daunting, but they easily forget that the walkway from the ship to Castaway is very long.
It's shorter.
Shorter than this?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, I'm not going to lie, it is long.
Okay.
But there's good reason for it to be long.
Right.
That it's to protect the reef.
Yeah.
So
and it's also it's long and there's just nothing.
Right.
Like
and
it's just one giant long dock.
Also, this wasn't Disney's decision.
Okay.
This was the Bahamas' decision. So
were they not allowed to add anything to the walkway? I don't know what they would add.
Well, who knows? They might.
Yeah.
Like I said, not everything was done.
Right.
And like I understand that there's not shade there because that if a hurricane comes through there, that's one more thing to fix.
For sure, yeah. But maybe something to entertain while people are walking. I don't know.
Pretty great music.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an original song for the island.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they would add. I mean, I think about Castaway. There's so many different things that you walk past as you're walking to the beaches that are fun to look at.
Here's the thing. Castaway is a totally different entity than Lookout Point.
Sure, yeah.
Castaway, and I 100% feel this way. Castaway, I love Castaway.
Yeah.
You will not get me to deny the love for Castaway. But after being to Lookout Point and then going to Castaway kind of feels like a TGI Fridays.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of feels like Disney was like, I don't know, where can we put our trash?
Oh my gosh.
Let's just like for real.
Yeah.
I love seeing them, but like they just put some ride vehicles in the water.
Literally trash in the water, yeah.
I went to that overlook thing.
Yeah.
And like on the side of the road, I said this in the video, it hasn't come out yet, but like there's just this thing that looks like it's from something else, like a splash pad or something, and it's like barrels of rum with like spigots coming out of it. And like, why is that there?
Right. Yeah.
It matches the theming of the island, but like...
No, I mean, Castaway's never been like a... what's the word I'm looking for? Like...
Cleaned and polished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been a little grunge.
Mm-hmm.
And they were okay with that. That's just what Castaway is. But that's not the vibe that I've got from looking at videos and pictures of
Lookout.
It looks very different.
It's very clean, and it's Castaway. The backstory is Castaway.
Right.
Lookout Point, the backstory is the Bahamas.
Well, and that makes sense because Castaway is owned by Disney. Lookout, the island itself, is not owned by Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
And it gives you the cultural history of, they tell you the wildlife on the island.
Yeah.
They tell you about Junkanoo, a cultural festival.
Which almost, not almost, but it makes me appreciate Disney even more because with Castaway, they're not there to represent culture. They're just there to represent Disney. And so it would make sense for them to pay even more attention and detail to a place that's actually representing a culture and people group or country.
And also, they did a heck of a job, like a lot better job than they did it like for the splash pad. Have you been to the splash pad on Castaway?
The boys,
Spring a Leak?
They didn't play there, I don't think, but I've walked past it many a times.
There's just like a couple of fountains out of the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
This one, full out splash pad, slides, everything.
I don't think we'll do the splash pad. I think Francie and I are going to go for the adult beach pretty quickly. I think we're going to take advantage of... Yeah. I think we're going to take advantage of as many adult, like, only places as possible. But
my honest opinion, the family beach is better.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't mind the family beach. It's like, it doesn't bother us. We're not like, children.
Yeah.
Wait, that's very normal for us. So.
But like, and I
will go to the adult beach on Castaway because the adult beach on Castaway is, I think the water over there is more beautiful than the water in the family beaches. Yeah.
I was just there. There was a lot of algae.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's just based. I've only been in Castaway.
I also
twice.
went on a rainy day.
Okay.
So
I don't know. The experience that I had, and again, I've only been twice, so you were much more seasoned on Castaway than me, but we went to the adult beach, Francie and I, we were cruising just the two of us, and it was beautiful, the water over there.
Mm-hmm.
But
wait till you see Lookout.
It's going to ruin it all for
me. It's beyond, like, we were going, Jen's editing the first Lookout day, and the water was beautiful, the weather was beautiful, perfect day. And there's a point where you go out and you're like, wow, this water's so clear. And then I was like, I'm going to swim out to the buoy. I swam out to the buoy and I looked down and I was like, I'm in a pool right now.
Wow. I
can see 8 feet down to the bottom of the sand.
Is there places to snorkel on Lookout?
The entire thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's reef out there. That's one thing that people are going to have a hard time with is it's kind of dangerous out there. There's like sharp, jagged reef out there.
Oh, yeah.
So like
similar to, so it's different. It's more natural than Castaway.
Yeah. There's no like ride vehicles out in the ocean.
No Prince Eric.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, me too. I would prefer it to be more natural.
There's like actual fish and everything out there.
I was going to say, but one of the things about snorkeling in Castaway that always made me feel a little bit safe when like we took Luke to snorkel is that there is a barrier, so it's a little bit more difficult for certain like species of animals to snorkel.
Sharks?
With. Yeah.
You're afraid of sharks?
I'm not afraid
There
of
was
them.
a sign there's something somewhere on Lookout that was like, it's not uncommon for sharks and rays to come in here.
Okay. I would not mind that. They don't intimidate me. I'm a Florida boy. I
full out straight punch a shark in the face.
If it had charged at me, I got you. But I'm very respectful of them. Like I've swam with barracudas before. Intimidating for sure, but like I'll do my thing, you do yours kind of situation. But when you have when I'm responsible for myself, but then when I'm responsible for my child being in the water with me, then I start to be like,
I've seen a barracuda at
me too.
At Castaway. Yeah.
I
don't barracudas.
They don't bother me.
Get out of here, barracudas. I don't mind them at all.
Sharks. I'm
keep an eye on.
I'm
sharks.
respectful of sharks. Yeah, for sure. I'm not scared of the ocean. We go. Francie's family lives.
You should be a little bit scared of the ocean.
I have a respect.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, I have a respect of it. But I would totally go like cage diving and swim with like great whites.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out of the cage.
I wouldn't get out of the cage with great whites or bull sharks or tiger sharks. I'd get out of the cage with like black tips, spinners.
Probably me too.
You know.
It doesn't intimidate me. And I want to swim with whales.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
Well, I mean, people do it.
I know.
It's like humpbacks.
Yeah, they're so big.
They are massive.
How would you make sure that you didn't just get squashed?
Well, like, what is it going to squish you on?
Itself? Just drag you underwater?
No. I don't want to like hold it. I just want to like be at a safe distance.
Yeah, they're unpredictable. They'll come out from the bottom and breach right next to you and then land on you, and you got 3,000 tons of whale on you.
I mean, that could happen anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying. I would like to swim with whales too, but I am more afraid of whales than I am of sharks.
Yeah, people get very freaked out by the massiveness of a whale, which is understandable. They are massive creatures. We went. My sister lives in Boston, and we did a whale watching tour up there during the summer, and one breached, and they are massive creatures. And then one of the baby whales came over to the boat and was just like swimming around the boat, which was so cool to see.
That's cool.
But I was like, I want to jump in. A humpback does not intimidate me. Now, orcas, count me out.
Yeah.
Humpbacks don't feed on mammals.
Right.
Orcas do.
Yeah.
I love orcas. I think they're beautiful creatures, and I would love to do an Alaskan cruise where I could see orcas.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to swim with them.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. I don't trust orcas.
Yeah, I mean I respect them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't really trust a lot of wild animals.
I feel like there's certain ones that I would shy away from, but for the most part, as long as you respect them, they'll respect you.
Let me ask you this. This happened to me today. I was out for a run, right? 2 dogs came running up to me, barking and everything.
Oh, barking, that's intimidating.
What do you do? Do you stop running? Do you keep running?
I stop running and I say, get back.
Oh, I go,
back up.
I go, are we going for a run? Let's go. Come on. I was like, come on, let's go.
I have a little bit of trauma associated with that because I went over to a friend's house in high school and they had a dog who it's interesting that like dogs like sometimes cannot like certain genders based on the like maybe experiences that they had with that gender. And this dog hated males. And so I got out of my car and my friends weren't around, like they were inside the house, and it was a pretty big house. No one was like responding to the fact that I was there. The dog charged at me and I had to climb on top of my car, and it was like trying to get me on top of my car. So anytime that a dog like comes at me, I'm like, no thanks. But if the dog's not barking and doesn't look like aggressive, oh, give me all the love.
Okay.
I love dogs. We have 3, so
yeah.
But
these 2 were barking at me, and I was like, oh,
you were fine.
See what's going to happen.
See,
like,
and like people think that this is fascinating, but having grown up in Florida my entire life, we run by gators on a regular basis. Like you're just going for a run, you run by a lake, and there's a gator like sunning on the bank of the little lake.
Yeah.
And that's normal to me. I'm not intimidated by that at all.
long as they're not making any noise, I'm okay with them.
Yeah, if the gator starts moving towards my direction, then yeah, we've got a problem. But like an ocean life doesn't really freak me out. I mean, if I see a stingray in the water, I'm not going to go up to it.
Yeah, I stay away from stingrays.
Yeah, I do the stingray shuffle.
Huh?
Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's a Florida thing.
Yeah.
What was it? Last week's episode, I was talking to Hunter about this, and he said something that he was like, it was a very Texas thing that like he knew about, and I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I came back at him, and I was like, well, do you know what the stingray shuffle is? And he said, no idea what you're talking about. So it's a Florida kid thing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's where you drag your feet as you walk through the sand while you're walking in the ocean.
You shuffle.
Yeah.
On the bottom, so you don't step on one.
Step onto a stingray.
Because going underneath the stingray is a lot better than stepping on top of one.
Getting hit by the stinger.
Mm-hmm. We call it a barb.
Yeah. All right. There's a lot of like, but then there's certain like wildlife that I'm like, nope, don't want to do that. I wonder how it would react on like a true African safari.
Yeah.
I would be intimidated by certain animals.
Yeah.
Like
everything's unpredictable.
Yeah. Even an elephant.
Yeah.
They could
I watched a video where one was sat on a car and crushed the car.
Yeah, they could charge the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the unpredictability is a little intimidating, but I don't know what it is about being in the water versus being elsewhere. You know what I don't like? And this is just based on an experience we had today, because Luke wanted to do the not the African trek, the Asian, the one in Asia. Maharaja Jungle Trek. He wanted to do that because he wanted to see the tigers, and then he wanted to go see the bats. Don't love bats.
Oh, I don't mind bats.
No, they freak me out. But you know what freaks me out even more? The birds. Those things, they just fly out of nowhere. They're just like dive bombing for your head. And
I don't like birds.
I don't either. And I'm so glad because Ethan like has the same thoughts as me. And as soon as Ethan gets into that, because you have to walk through like
chains.
Yeah, and you have to walk through I want to say it's not what do you call that?
Vestibule?
Exhibit.
What
do you mean? Like the last room that you have to walk through in order to exit the jungle trek is full of birds.
Oh yeah, the aviary.
Yeah, they're all over the place, and they're just like flying everywhere in every direction, and you never know when one's just going to hit you in the head.
Have you been hit in the head by a bird? This is unfounded.
But it's a fear that I have. And Ethan, when he walks into that room, he immediately ducks and puts his hands over his head and just goes, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And immediately wants to walk right out. Whereas Luke's like, this is fantastic. Like if it were up to Luke, they'd all be landing on him.
Yeah.
Ugh, no.
Gotta take him to Discovery Cove.
He loves it. Busch Gardens, they have the exhibit there.
Oh,
he loves that.
The lorikeets or whatever.
Yeah. Nah. They're just so unpredictable. You just never know when one's just going to like flap on out of there.
Right.
Anyway.
But anyways, Lighthouse Point is great. Love it. I want to go back. Can't wait to see the progress of it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait to visit. It's surreal to me that it's actually happening. I do wish that I love Castaway too. And on our cruise, we're not going to get to go to Castaway. We have a day at sea. We have Nassau and we have Lighthouse Point.
Oh, so you're going to Lighthouse Point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else happened in the news?
So a real quick like run through of what I talked about last week. I won't spend on any time on it because I've already talked about it. But I cannot wait for you to see Sensational at Universal. You haven't done it yet, right?
No.
It's fantastic. People are saying, some people that I know are saying it's the best show in Orlando right now.
Oh, okay.
Nighttime show. I think it's absolutely incredible. And I'm specifically excited for you to see it to just talk about the technology that exists within the show.
Okay.
It's really special. To be able to see drones put together with pyro and lasers and projections and water, like next level stuff. And it makes me think that like Disney is going to have to respond, like especially even like with World of Color.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. Like I don't know where you can fly drones. I don't know if they have to be over areas where like there's not people.
Yeah, you can't fly over people.
Right. So I don't know how that would work at World of Color.
I don't think it would.
Yeah. But
unless they shut down Incredicoaster and then roll out a bunch of drones.
Yeah. They do shut it down sometimes.
Yeah.
But they'd have to shut down all of Pixar Pier.
Yeah.
And that seems like that wouldn't make total sense.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, it's fantastic and I can't wait for you to watch it. I'm just so proud of Universal. They are crushing it. like with that show, we saw Hogwarts Always, fantastic. We've got a new parade coming. We didn't get to see the floats. We were supposed to be able to see those that night, but the weather was kind of gross, so we didn't get to see the floats from the new mega movie parade.
Dang.
But that starts on July 3rd, and I can't wait for that.
Excited.
13 new floats. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. So I'm just excited. I'm excited about Universal. Excited for what they have going on right now, like this summer in particular, and then also obviously very excited about Epic Universe, which gets us into our next piece of news for the day. But
yeah, we just got the drop that all the information about Dark Universe.
Yeah, and I watched the video, and I feel like while watching it, I was like, Tim is going to spend a lot of time in Dark Universe.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Some of the things intimidate me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Spooky stuff?
Yeah.
Even though they're like super old?
I think that element will make it a little bit more manageable for me.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, because they're not, the Dark Universe, based on the stuff that I saw, they're not targeting just an older audience with this. Like, there's a fun, like a family-friendly coaster that's going to be.
I'm interested to see how it works out because it's going to be open during the day.
Yeah.
And it's like all spooky stuff. Like there's fire and
like,
werewolves and stuff like that. And
bats
and vampires and Draculas.
The name of the restaurant coming is Das Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be like a creepy dining experience.
Yeah, there's like a couple of them.
There's like, it's supposed to be vampires at this restaurant.
Vampires.
Which is pretty intimidating.
Let's see here.
So it's one of the comments that was made, I think, was like, the stakes are going to be high at the steakhouse or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Das Steakhouse. Sample kebabs, burgers, and sandwiches at this dining hall overrun by vampires looking to put you on the menu. Yeah.
I don't want that.
Burning Blade Tavern. This Monster Hunter hangout is the place where you go for burgers, wings, bratwurst, pretzels, specialty beverages, and tales of epic hunts.
I do think the food there is going to be like the quick service food at Universal in general is fantastic.
This one I'm interested in. DeLacy's Cottage. This food stand offering cinnamon bread, ice cream, twisted taters, and more is said to have catered to Frankenstein's monster more than one time. Did you know that Frankenstein monster loves twisted taters?
I didn't know that. Is that why twisted taters are a big thing at Halloween Horror Nights?
No, it's just...
Oh.
just saying.
Are these going to be the same twisted taters, I wonder, that are at HHN?
Yeah.
Because that's why sometimes I've wanted to go to HHN is to get the twisted tater, so maybe now I don't have to go to HHN and I can just go to Dark Universe.
Yes. That could happen. Sorry, there was a text message that I got and I was like, what is this? There's a couple of attractions that are coming. Mm-hmm.
Some of them look kind of intimidating.
Yeah, a werewolf coaster.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That's the family friendly coaster?
I think so. It's a swing coaster.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is then.
But there is an animatronic werewolf in there.
Yeah, and it looks intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited though. Like, I got to go last week to the preview center for Epic Universe, and just being in the preview center makes it all feel so real.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to go there. You haven't been able to go.
I haven't been there yet. No.
Oh, yeah. You need to go check it out.
Soon.
Download the app onto your phone because there's like an AR experience where it shows you like where certain restaurants are going to be and stuff. Seeing the t-shirts that said Super Nintendo World Orlando made me like realize, oh, this is really happening. Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. And it's just cool because I got to see all that merchandise and stuff out at Hollywood, and now to see like the Orlando name on it, it's very exciting.
Yeah. Coming soon. Coming quick.
You're going to go, are you going to can't talk?
Yeah, I'm going to go out there when we're out there for California. Yeah.
Are you?
I haven't been yet.
I know. I'm excited for you. I kind of want to go with you.
Yeah.
When are you going? We'll talk
about
it. Oh, I leave after.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dark Universe looks great. Lots of fun new announcements with that. I'm looking forward to learning more about Epic Universe in general. When we stayed at the Hilton Orlando, not from our room, but from the building, you could look out and see Epic Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me think that hotel is going to really like bring in some heavy traffic because they're already a partner hotel for Universal. I feel like a lot of people will want to stay there when Epic Universe opens. And you could see like the buildings for the two new resorts, or the resort that's opening. It's two separate buildings. I don't remember what it's called. It's like some sort of star.
It's so hard to remember because one of them's Helios.
Yeah.
This one's called Star. Goodness gracious.
Anyways, those buildings look done. Like,
yeah.
because they open at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, before the actual resort, before the park opens.
And we don't know anything specific about when the park is opening yet.
Right.
But I would imagine early 2025, like spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to do it. Is it just going to be like one day it's open and they're going to overrun every single team member there? Or is there going to be previews or what?
Well, I would imagine that there will be previews.
Yeah.
Do you think that annual pass holders will get a preview?
I hope so.
Annual pass holders, are they gonna have to, like, that'll just be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Was there an annual pass holder program when Animal Kingdom opened? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I was too young.
My dad was a cast member, so we didn't have an annual pass.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how they handle that. And I mean, we don't know because it's been so long since we've gotten a new theme park in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking over 25 years. So, you know, I don't, and I think that like the draw for theme parks in general is so different than, you know, what it used to be. Social media has like really like increased.
There's going to be so many people there on opening day.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be,
I hope I'll be there.
It's going to be like Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It'll reach capacity for sure.
For sure.
But I can't wait. I can't wait to learn how, like, those of us that are annual pass holders at Universal, like, what does that mean? How do we add that park to our pass?
Yeah.
Do we purchase an add-on? I'm sure. But it's going to be fascinating and fun to kind of like navigate all of that and figure it all out.
Yeah.
So bear with us, stick with us. We'll be covering that for sure as we get closer to it. It's wild. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for over half a year now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at us go.
We did
week
it.
by week. Haven't missed a week. We personally have missed weeks, but this episode, every week there's been an episode. But yeah, I'm fascinated to see where that goes. And, you know, pretty soon we will be talking about a lot of new Disney stuff as well. Hopefully.
Really soon, yeah, in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Month and a half.
So, appreciate you all.
Yeah.
I don't think that I had any other news to cover.
I don't think so.
Oogie Boogie, tickets go on sale June 27th.
Yes.
Magic Key holders, June 25th and 26th, there's going to be opportunities for you to purchase. But if you're trying to go to Oogie Boogie Bash, there's not been announcements on like specific entertainment for Oogie Boogie Bash yet that I'm aware of.
No.
Just new costumes coming to Mickey. Mickey and Minnie get a new costume every year during spooky season at Disneyland.
And it's great.
And I'm jealous.
Yeah. New costumes on the cruise line too.
Well, maybe we'll get to see them. But anyways, thank you all for tracking with us. Stick with us. We'll be back.
See you guys later.